Hey everyone!
Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Nibs, and we are ATX VGC, and we are back for another Monday Night Friendly. Alongside me tonight are Roller Coaster, excuse me,
It's all good.
Chase, and Gemma. So Gemma, do you want to go ahead and give us our schedule for this evening?
Yeah, for sure. So tonight we have four best of three matchups. Our first best of three is going to be you, Nibs, actually. Nibs versus Justin Source. The second best of three will be Tiki versus Roller Coaster in the caster battle of the week. In our third best of three, we'll have Adam Santacos playing Sir Wilson. And then in the final best of three, it will be myself versus Amy or Woke Flossie.
Cool.
All right, we are both back. I should be back this time, hopefully with my mic. I know we had some issues last set, but really well played set there, Nibs. That game 3 adjustment was incredible. I love the positioning of getting Lapras to, kind of be safeguarded and then still even be able to live through that superpower that we saw the reveal late from Justin on.
Yeah, once I saw the first two games, first of all, I would like to apologize for all the hacks in games 2 that let me get to game 3. But yeah, once I noticed that he hadn't been bringing his Defiant user in Braviary, I kind of knew that I could bring Incineroar, which actually did a lot to his very offensive attack team.
Yeah, and also, great job. We can talk a little bit more about it maybe in the break, but
Yep.
let's go ahead and jump right in here with Roller Coaster versus Tiki. We're going to be seeing this from Roller Coaster's perspective, and it looks like we have a Rain team from Roller Coaster, which is interesting because he's mostly known as a Sun player.
Yeah, pretty cool. As we see from Roller Coaster, we have Politoed, Kingdra, Urshifu, more than likely the water type, if I were to guess. Amoonguss, Togekiss, and Magnezone.
Yeah,
What do you think of that?
Yeah, I'm going to guess that's the Dark type, Urshifu. Just, I don't know. The fact that it's Choice Banded makes me think probably water. It'll be fun to see what it is. That's a really interesting team. I know he's been playing around with this and experimenting. So I'm excited to see. He and I did some tests with some water teams when I was prepping for a different matchup. Also from Chase, we see Vaporeon, Incineroar, Tyranitar, Togekiss. I missed the last two, so sorry about that. And we also see a new trainer card from Chase, so maybe
Oh wow, cool.
maybe Roller Coaster will check to see all the Pokemon. Not sure if he has his audio on to hear me, but we see a lead from Chase of Incineroar and Venusaur against Togekiss and Amoonguss. Interesting.
So one thing I would like to note, Gemma, is that
Yeah.
Chase has become his own worst enemy, and he is using double starter, it appears.
Yeah, it's true. Chase is someone who rails against the usage of starters and the existence of starters in the game. If anyone watched our Race to Master Ball the beginning of last month, he's not a big fan of starters. So this is an interesting lead here. I think it's very obvious for the max airstream into that Togekiss or into the Venusaur slot. So I like this switch out from Chase to go ahead and establish the Sun and put himself in a position where that Incineroar's Flare Blitz is going to hit the Amoonguss for a lot of damage.
Wow, so in the face of a Venusaur on the other side of the field, we're going to see Roller Coaster max his Togekiss in the first turn.
Yeah, that tells you one or two things about this Togekiss. It might be Goggles or it might be Lumberry.
Yeah, I think it could also be weakness policy as well, but I think Lum is definitely something very good to look out for, especially considering Chase has that Torkoal in the back where he could have just easily outsped and what's the word I'm looking for,
Sleep
Gemma?
Powder.
Sleep powder. Thank
Yep.
you.
Yeah, so here we see these two players matching each other pretty equally. That was a great play from Chase, recognizing the potential for Protect from Amoonguss and the Parting Shot coming out into the Togekiss, bringing in his own Togekiss. Torkoal took a lot of damage there. Nearly 80% of its health is gone just from that max airstream, and if any targeting goes into it, I don't think it's gonna. He's gonna be in a position for it to do much. So it looks like Chase chooses to go ahead and bring the Incineroar back in. An interesting cycling of Intimidates into 2 special attackers. But presumably just more trying to live whatever hit comes out from this Togekiss.
Yeah, so I think we're going to see a max airstream come here from Rollercoaster's Togekiss into the Incineroar slot.
Yep.
As we just saw the Protect coming from Chase's Togekiss.
Yeah, and I think we might see a Spore into that Togekiss. A good decision to go ahead and Protect there. So given the fact that this Incineroar isn't going to go down to another max airstream, it feels like a very free play for Chase to just max airstream and Flare Blitz into the Amoonguss spot. It looks like Austin has a switch for that. I'm curious to see how much damage this is going to do into that, if that's the play. It could also just be another parting shot cycling here from Chase's Incineroar. But yeah, let's see. We do see the Togekiss go ahead and Dynamax in a Premier Ball. Very interesting. I was presuming it was Togekiss. Premier Ball actually couldn't have been Incineroar,
wow.
So yeah. We see that Togekiss. We're going to see Dynamax Togekiss versus Dynamax Togekiss. Exactly what we expected when we saw a Rain team lead.
Yeah, so we do see that airstream come back from Rollercoaster's Togekiss itself, getting that +2 boost now.
I think that's actually +3 because the airstream turn 1 into the Torkoal. So that is
that's right.
a +3 Togekiss now. The Magnezone is going to tank that max airstream very well from the Togekiss, but if this is a Flare Blitz, we'll see how much defensive investment Rollercoaster's got on in the Magnezone. We did see the item, so this could proc a weakness policy, but yeah, that Magnezone in the sun, Flare Blitz is not living. Rollercoaster kind of recognizing that it's the Incineroar also is going to take a ton of damage though from the recoil on that Flare Blitz.
Yeah, brought it all the way down to the red.
Yep, and then here, your Togekiss will move first. So you have the ability to go ahead and KO that Incineroar before it can go for a Flare Blitz into Amoonguss. So if I'm Rollercoaster, it's a super free either Spore into that Togekiss or even, Follow Me Spore is incredibly free because you should be living any double up from Togekiss and Incineroar into his own Togekiss. And that Amoonguss will stay protected this turn and has the ability to just Spore whatever it wants.
We have Misty Terrain up, correct?
We do not. The only move that's been used so far has been Max Airstream from the Dynamax Pokemon.
Oh, okay. It just looks really pink then.
Yeah, I think that's just a little quirk of where the Battle Stadium looks like. So it is in fact a Koba Berry Amoonguss. Which most of these should live, barring a crit. Yeah, and
we do see it come down to just under half, probably about 40 to 45% left for the Amoonguss there.
Yep, and then the Amoonguss will get a Spore off into this Togekiss. Curious to see what the Togekiss move is, or what the Togekiss's item is. We haven't seen any crits come out of it yet. I don't believe so. I'm probably thinking it's not Crit Kiss in this instance, but now this, not the fact that it stayed asleep, it's not Lumberry, makes me think it probably is. It is Crit Kiss, but yeah, let's see. This is a super free Air Slash to go ahead and KO the Torkoal, and Amoonguss can just go for either Sludge Bomb or Pollen Puff. Togekiss unfortunately continues to take another turn of sleep. I think Nibs might be frozen, or he's sitting incredibly still, so we're going to see if we can't get Nibs back in on the call. Give me 1 second while I try. We know he's been having some internet issues, so let's go ahead and take 1 sec to double check where we have repositioned everything. We now have the Sun has expired, Togekiss and Venusaur versus a +3 speed Togekiss and an Amoonguss. So this Amoonguss goes ahead and switches out into the Politoed, setting the rain. Let's see, And, yep, Togekiss continues for its third turn of sleep, and then the Air Slash comes out from Roller Coaster's Togekiss. Oh, and the flinch into that Togekiss, or into the Venusaur is going to be rough here. So now Roller Coaster is in a really safe position. Just go ahead and click that Pear Song button.
Hello?
Hey, it looks like you're back, Nibs. Sorry, I was
I don't
trying
know if
to...
you got mine. Yeah.
I just got your text message about your PC crash. So here we are. It looks like Roller Coaster is wrapping up this game one. He's... we do actually see the Sleep Powder come out from the Venusaur into the Politoed, denying that Perish Song. So with Roller Coaster down... Roller Coaster still has 3 Pokemon. Chase is down to his last 2 here. He still has that... Togekiss with the +3 speed on the field, so that's definitely a strong positioning for Roller Coaster.
Yeah. So is that Togekiss still alive there for Roller Coaster?
It is. It's still alive and it's still boosted. So. All
right.
Tiki goes for the Follow Me to go ahead and draw the Air Slash away from the Venusaur into his own Togekiss, and the Sludge Bomb from the Life Orb Venusaur is just not enough to KO that Togekiss. So in this instance, Tiki has got to decide whether or not he wants this, whether he can take 2 hits from his own Togekiss and position his Venusaur to go ahead and KO Roller Coaster's Togekiss. Or if he's going to try and go for maybe a Protect to block the Spore, or just try and live this Air Slash, which it does not look like that will be the case. The crit comes out from Roller Coaster into that Venusaur, and we will see what Chase went for. Goes for the Dazzling Gleam, picks up the KO on Roller Coaster's Togekiss, and now it's a 2v. It's a 2v1. Gets the double crit. I think we now know that Chase is in fact Crit Kiss.
It would appear so after all of those crits.
Yeah.
So we do see the Sludge Bomb come in from the Amoonguss, taking out the Togekiss.
Yeah, that's going to be enough there. Good game one. Well played by both of our usual casters here that are also going to be competing against each other tonight. Looks like we see a lead card received on game one. Roller Coaster feeling very confident about the rest of the matchup by just taking that lead card right away.
Yeah, oftentimes we'll see a heated match between the two of these guys, and you never know if they're gonna share that lead card with one another or not.
Yeah. So given that Togekiss was so important, and we do now see Roller Coaster's Togekiss, one of the reasons why it feels so confident Dynamaxing in the face of a Venusaur is the fact that it is Lumberry. So you can go for that. That's fast Sleep Powder, but you're not going to live in a max Airstream.
So Gemma, after seeing Chase bring Torkoal into Game 1, do you think Roller Coaster will go ahead and continue to bring that Politoed and potentially the Kingdra mode for Game 2, or do you think Kingdra just doesn't look great in this matchup here?
Yeah, I think it's tough. Kingdra just Hurricane is nice from Kingdra onto the Venusaur. Excuse me, but the fact that Chase has 2 different weather setters, I don't feel like I would feel as comfortable with my rain side. So we are gonna go ahead and see a different 4 brought from Roller Coaster, and I'm expecting a change up from Chase as well. Be interesting that there is no Politoed in this matchup. Chase does not know that yet, but we'll see here kind of how the 2 players adjust to the game 1. So the leads we finally are. I was wanting to see this. I want to see what this Vaporeon does. We see Vaporeon Venusaur against Togekiss Urshifu, and you are correct. It is the Water Urshifu.
Interesting. So that means Roller Coaster has half of his team is water types.
Yep. Not quite the mono water that won the 900-person mono water. It was the Dark type Urshifu. That won the 900-person tournament in Spain. But yeah, here this feels like he's in a good position to go ahead and get this max Airstream off into the Venusaur and position his Amoonguss. So interestingly enough, we see that Venusaur stay in.
Yeah, I'm not sure Chase is aware yet that it's Lumberry. I'm sure he suspects it, but yeah, so he very well may be just going for the sleep powder here.
Yeah, that is true. Let's see what happened. Well, he didn't switch in the Torkoal either for the fast sleep powder. So perhaps just sacking off that Venusaur, knowing he had to know that there was no way he would be able to outspeed the Togekiss without any kind of weather change. So let's see. The Vaporeon goes for a Yawn here, so I don't think he knows that it is.
Yeah.
Unless he might have doubled and gone for a sleep powder Yawn to go ahead and immediately proc the Lumberry. And Tiki now in the chat says he's max speed 2 on the Togekiss. So that does appear to be the play that Tiki went for. Sleep powder Yawn, but yeah, he double slapped. That is, you just confirmed that in chat. So that's really bad positioning if you're Tiki. It's gonna be pretty tough to come back from.
Yeah, it's a good start there for Roller Coaster. I definitely like the Lumberry Togekiss. It seems like it's coming out much more frequently than it had been all year long. I mean, you know, we've seen, I don't necessarily want to say Razor Claw because my name's not Chase, but we've seen Scope Lens more than anything, and oftentimes more than not Weakness Policy as well.
Yeah, Lumberry is an interesting iteration. I know that in Series 3, I believe Justin Trailer used that to top cut one of the Rose Tower. I think it was actually the one where, where he got the final 2 in Rose Tower. It was the one that Roller Coaster top cut as well. So yeah, Lum Togekiss I think is super interesting, especially in a metagame so defined by Sun and Venusaur. So in this positioning, Roller Coaster goes ahead and switches out the Amoonguss for the Urshifu, and just goes for another Max Airstream, which is, you know, incredibly free, knowing that he doesn't have to switch out. He knows that he's Lum, and he'll go ahead and wake up immediately after he goes to sleep.
Yeah, so we do see another Yawn come in from the Vaporeon on Chase's side of the field going into the Urshifu. Possibly the best way to handle Urshifu.
Yeah, no, for sure. Urshifu, the fact that it can just break through and crit on almost every single attack makes it incredibly difficult to deal with. Your boosts don't matter, your intimidates don't matter. You basically just have to have some good resistances.
Just put it to sleep.
Yep, put it to sleep. Yeah, there is a play that Roller Coaster could go for here. I don't actually remember if he's carrying... Yeah, I know he is carrying Max Starfall on this team. So he could go ahead, if he wants the Urshifu to not have to worry about that Yawn, he could just Max Starfall into the Vaporeon for some damage. And then, which looks like a move he's contemplating. And that would allow his Urshifu to go ahead and stay in. He wouldn't have to switch it out because of the Yawn threat. And all we've seen that Vaporeon do so far is click the Yawn button. It has 3 other move slots. I'm curious what they are. If the Max Starfall comes out here, we might just find out.
Yeah. So we see the Max coming here from, looks like Togekiss again in that Premier Ball coming from Chase.
Yep. So here, Chase is probably going to prioritize getting some speed boosts with his Togekiss, and maybe trying to catch the Amoonguss on a switch in with a Max Airstream. It also is super effective against Urshifu, which is nice. We do see Roller Coaster opt to go ahead and go for the Max Starfall. Does not do a lot, but more importantly sets up the Misty Terrain so that the grounded Pokemon are now immune from sleep, but the 2 Togekisses in the air are not.
Yeah, so one thing I will note is that Roller Coaster did already use his Lumberry, so if Chase is able to get another sleep off into that Togekiss slot, it will actually go to sleep this time. Or
Yeah.
actually, I guess it won't because the star falls up. But
well, no, the Togekiss is not grounded, so the Togekiss would fall
true.
asleep. But unfortunately for Chase, that Vaporeon and the Venusaur are both gone, so it doesn't feel like he has a third way on his team to go ahead and deal sleep, while Roller Coaster is able to go ahead and bring in that Amoonguss and can now go for the Spore pretty freely into the... Oh, actually, not so freely anymore with an Incineroar on the field. So now the Incineroar, the combination of a Max Airstream and a Flare Blitz is probably enough. But but again, there is redirection here with the Togekiss on the field.
So do you think Roller Coaster doesn't mind just sacking off this Amoonguss here and allowing it to be double attacked to do chip damage to the Togekiss?
Yeah, I mean, that's one play he could make. I think he just opted to protect here, which is a super safe play. You stop yourself from getting faked out, and just opted to go ahead and go for the Air Slash into the Incineroar. I think what we're going to see here is this Flare Blitz and Max Airstream double into Amoonguss. Oh, we actually see the Max Airstream into Togekiss, interestingly enough, reading the Protect. But
wow.
That is, I believe, the last turn of Dynamax for Chase. And he correctly read the Protect and went for the Flare Blitz into the Togekiss as well.
And it's living.
It lives on 3. That is...
What a well-trained Pokemon.
Yeah, and I misspoke. There is still one more turn of Dynamax from this Togekiss. There's a way for Roller Coaster to go ahead and keep his Amoonguss safe, but I guess we'll see here if that works out for him. With Chase having the option for Max Airstream into Flare Blitz, knowing that the Togekiss could always redirect the first one away, but can't redirect the second one.
Oh, so we see a Max Guard come from Chase's on his last turn of Dynamax, and an Air Slash coming from Roller Coaster into the Incineroar, correctly reading that Protect.
Yeah, that was a nice read by Roller Coaster here, because he didn't target the Spore into that Togekiss. And now I think it's going to be pretty tough. He just went for the Sludge Bomb into Incineroar. It's not going to do a whole lot of damage. That chip damage is nice, but yeah, now Roller Coaster is able to maneuver his Magnezone. And Chase really has to decide, does he want to prioritize KOing the Magnezone or staying awake?
Yeah, so do you think Roller Coaster just redirects the attacks here with the Amoonguss and just goes ahead and Thunderbolts into the Togekiss slot here?
Yeah, it's incredibly free. There's no move that Tiki has that can one-hit KO the Amoonguss with the Togekiss. So yeah, I think that he's able to just go ahead and it looks like Roller Coaster actually goes ahead and protects in this instance. The Dazzling Gleam comes out from Togekiss, wanting to avoid that active redirection, just in case maybe it's a Sash on the Magnezone, since he has not seen the item because the one-hit KO last turn. And the Flare Blitz comes out into the Magnezone. And what do we see? We see a Spore come out from that Amoonguss into the Togekiss. So Togekiss will be taking its one mandatory turn of sleep next turn, and Roller Coaster's super free to just ignore it for a turn and double the Incineroar, knowing that this will last the damage output.
Have we seen Goggles on the Incineroar yet from Chase's side?
We haven't seen that interaction to my knowledge. Roller Coaster hasn't actually clicked the Rage Powder button or Spore into that Incineroar, but we see the Weakness Policy proc that looks like it was just not enough damage from the Incineroar into the Magnezone. Thunderbolt comes out, we'll pick up the KO on the Incineroar, and then Sludge Bomb will do a pretty nice chunk here from this Amoonguss into the Togekiss, and I think that this is going to be it for Chase. Short of a one-turn wake up and double KO. Yeah. I don't think, with the Amoonguss where it is health-wise, there is no win here for Chase. So we see Chase go ahead and forfeit the match, and we see GG's in the chat from
great
Chase
playing, guys.
to Austin. Yeah, super well played. I know that Chase was really wanting to win this one to try and have the same record on this as Roller Coaster at X1. I don't know how many matchups that we've all played, but Roller Coaster is still undefeated in these ATX VGC Monday Night Friendlies. With that, thanks so much, Nibs. We really appreciate you playing tonight and commentating. I think that you're going to be bouncing out right now. I know you got some other stuff you got to take care of. But that was just our second battle. We still have 2 more best of 3 sets to go.
Hey, you like that video? We think you should check this out, and YouTube thinks you should check this one out. Be sure to subscribe for more content.